A new installment in the Cars franchise, of course, brings dawn to a brand new paint job for the one and only Lightning McQueen. Now, we all knew this was coming, so the big question for months and months was, what is the Cars on the Road Lightning McQueen going to look like? Now, some people are disappointed, some people are indifferent, some people are like, yeah, it looks pretty good, but I wish it was a little bit better, kind of minimalistic. So today, this is going to be the best look we have at him. Of course, this is the die-cast version. Before, we only had the color changer version to review. So I'm really excited to get into it. I will give you guys my thoughts on it and ultimately answer the question is if this is one of the better paint jobs of McQueen, and how does it stack up against the main 8 paint jobs that McQueen has had across the 3 movies. In my opinion, these are your elite 8, as one may say. You have your Cars 1 Lightning McQueen that he sported for the entirety of the movie for the most part, and at the end he had his Radiator Springs look, and he also sported this in some of the Cars tunes. I think Cruisin' McQueen is such a one-off that I didn't include him. Then you have your 2 from Cars 2, Hudson Hornet Piston Cup and World Grand Prix. Then we get over to Cars 3 and they went kind of bonkers. You have Rust-eze from the beginning of the film. I'm excluding the primer one because, again, very one-off. The Rust-eze Rat McQueen, which he pretty much had for the entire middle part of the movie. And then Cars 3 McQueen, as they label him, and ultimately at the end, even though it's pretty much a one-off as well, Fabulous Lightning McQueen. Now, this on-the-road paint job is what he will have during the, for the most part, entirety of the show. When he puts on the Road Warriors outfit or whatever, the Road Rumblers, whatever they're going to call it, he'll still have this paint job. He'll just have a bunch of accessories on top of it. Now, if you guys didn't see my unboxing of 2022 Singles Case K, definitely check it out in the description below and card suggestion pop-up in the top right-hand corner. It is definitely the best case of the year. It is definitely top 5 cases of the last 4, maybe even 5 years as well. Bunch of new releases. Some really highly anticipated re-releases like Flipped Over, who I reviewed yesterday. Now, they're calling this McQueen Road Trip Lightning McQueen, which I like. I mean, it's a pretty appropriate name. They also are calling Mater that in this new packaging, even though Mater's identical to the original version that they've been doing for years now. So don't let the name confuse you. Mattel is trying to pull a fast one on you by renaming him. And unfortunately, he's not even different in the slightest. I do really like the artwork that they gave him here. Now, of course, this is Pixar and Mattel's doing, or no, Pixar and Disney's doing, and Mattel just has to plop it on there. But yeah, it looks pretty good. I like the changed expression, obviously. It's pretty similar to how we've always seen McQueen, but a little change. Now, obviously, they have the new, for 2022 logo up here, the retro TV design with the antennas. I love that. Again, trying to make sure everyone knows this is not a movie. This is a TV show on Disney+. Then you have the Cars on the Road logo there. And then as I talked about in my case unboxing, this is not an animation, but more so a rendering, like a concept art drawing of the desert in Radiator Springs and Ornament Valley. Because you could tell that these mountains are definitely from that region. You have the cacti on either side. Looks really good. I think it's a great artwork for Cars on the Road. And even though it's not getting its own main line, I think it's awesome that they're integrating it. I really think this was the right choice because previously they would stop the current main line, just like in 2017, stop that main line and start with the Cars 3 packaging. This, though, I think it eliminates cancellations because you could do both now. You could do Bertha Butters Wagon, but you could also promote the new series in that same exact case. So it really works out in my opinion. I also love the map background here that they put on the packaging for all the on-the-road stuff. Whether it be color changers, you have this map in the back of the blister. Whether it be a playset, there you go. So you can see one location is the Salt Flats. There's Willie's Butte. I think that might be the circus there with the cone and the flag, which reminds me of those accessory 2-packs where, you know, you get the cone and you get the flag and you could put them together. We have like a geyser over here. Kind of looks like a volcano, but it's probably just some sort of springs rather. Now on the back here, you can see the first 3 in the case. You have Mater. Again, they have a different image. Like that's a new stock image, but Mater is not different. It's the exact same as always, so we won't be reviewing him. There's your stock image for McQueen, which is also new. I like the expression, even though his expression is pretty much the same as the ones from Cars 3 and whatnot. Speed Demon, who will we be reviewing next? Who we will be reviewing next? A lot of W's in that sentence. And yeah, you get the map background carried over here onto the back, which looks really good. Looks pretty legit. I love how they kind of do the whole topographical thing. The mountains and whatnot, the elevation. As seen in Cars on the Road, of course. Now, once we get to case L and M and all that stuff, this will change. You'll see other cars here on the back, you know, when we get to like Revo Koss or That's Jammin', you'll see those on the back. So it won't always be these three. All right, I'll be right back with this guy all opened up. Now, I really did not expect to get the Cars on the Road diecast so soon. I mean, it really was just like 3 weeks ago that we saw these guys at the San Diego Comic-Con. I was like, wow, can't wait till like October till we get them. Now, of course, the trailers come out. We know that the series starts on September 8th. I think the episodes will be dropping weekly. Now, sometimes they do a 2-episode premiere and then weekly after that. So it might be that, might be, you know, you get 9 weeks of episodes. They have yet to confirm that, but either way, it's coming very soon. You know, we're like, I don't know, 2-3 weeks away, 3 weeks away. And so it makes sense that the diecasts are out now, but they really have been sprung upon us. And so a lot of people have been asking, where can I get these? Now, I do always explain in my unboxing videos where I get that from, so definitely check that out. You know, I got it from a seller on eBay. But more specifically, you can find these at Canada Walmart stores, Australian Targets, I think maybe Woolworths as well. Now, unfortunately, that doesn't encompass the broad majority of people out there, you know, especially us here in the United States and Europe and all that stuff. And yeah, they have yet to hit the United States or Europe, which is really disheartening. You know, again, show's 3 weeks out and we don't have much merchandise for it. That is not where Mattel wants to be. Trust me, Mattel is scrambling right now, so I would not be surprised. I mean, who knows? Maybe when this video is uploaded, somebody's found the case at Walmart or Target. Maybe, you know, in a couple days. I would not be surprised. I have full confidence that this case K here will show up very, very soon. Case J, on the other hand, who knows what's going on with that one. As I said in my video of case K, the Walmart 12-count reduced case of J has been found at Walmart, obviously, and the full case has only been found over in Greece and I think a couple other places in Europe. Since that case doesn't have anything from On the Road, I would not be surprised. Again, I'm preparing myself. I don't like to be surprised, so I'm just saying I would not be surprised if that case doesn't show up in full in Australia, Target, you know, USA, Target, Walmart, Canada. Well, obviously we know what's going on with Walmart in the US, but all the other places, that case might go under, you know, the radar and kind of be like the Sadeep and Christoph case from 2018 that stayed exclusive to Europe. Now, I hope it hits more places, but it might end up being that because they have to deprioritize that case so they can get out case K. And so then, you know, we can move on to L and M and all that stuff, which will also have On the Road stuff. But since case J doesn't have jack squat, I would be a little concerned. You know, if you see a Bertha Buggy's wagon on eBay, it might behoove you to purchase it. All right, anyways, actually, I can show you guys where he appears kind of in the trailer. Like, you know, obviously, we actually got quite a few shots of him, so there he is. And yeah, because of the simplistic design, it's hard to mess this one up. It is 100% accurate. Now, a lot of people were hoping that Mattel would return to the Cars 1 and Cars 2 model for McQueen, which of course is this shorter but wider version of him. But, you know, I didn't think they would. And so, of course, they are sticking to the Cars 3 model, which they've been using ever since 2017 on pretty much everybody except for Chester Whipple Filter Lightning McQueen, which was weird. That was an oddity for sure. Now, of course, this is made in Thailand, and let's check out the logo here. So you have the Radiator Cap Mountain, RS, Radiator Springs, and then the On the Road banner. Now, I've talked about this many times in my On the Road speculation videos. I am not a big fan of this on-the-nose reference to the title of the show. I mean, there are many shows that go without even mentioning the title. You know, for example, Moon Knight. I think Moon Knight, the actual term Moon Knight is only mentioned one time in the entire show. And for it to be broadcasted on his paint job like this is a little weird to me. But again, I hope they explain it more in the show why it's like this. You know, maybe they're doing some sort of promotional type thing. I know in the trailer, it's like McQueen's just like, hey, Mater, can I join you? And, you know, then, I don't know, Ramon gives him a new paint job here. And Ramon's like, hey, you know, you want to just make this a big deal? And I'm just going to put on the road there. I don't know. It just seems a little weird to me. It almost seems like they were being a little lazy. And this is Disney and Pixar. And they just wanted to make it identifiably different from all these other McQueens. And so they wanted to put that on there. I don't know. I think that's a horrible way. There are so many other ways they could have done this. They could have made this into a Radiator Springs McQueen. Like, honestly, removing that banner, that's it. Remove that banner. I think it's a great paint job. Super simplistic. Makes sense. Off season, McQueen's not racing. He doesn't need to be flashy. Remove that banner. That's all you need to do, right? But again, that's on Disney and Pixar. Maybe they did it because they knew it would go over well for merchandise. So, I don't know. We'll wait to see the show and reserve my judgment. But yeah, the logo again looks good. I like the beams from the mountain that make it kind of look like a sun. But yeah, I mean, without that banner, it'd be perfect. This red really is beautiful. Like, the glossy finish on this is gorgeous, and the red rims do pop. They look really good. Much better than how Thailand used to do their rims. The paint wouldn't look so good on them. Now, of course, this bolt here is super faint and minimalistic. It starts yellow and just fades away, which is really nice. Again, I like that a lot. And the 95 is just blocked out in there. Nothing on the roof, nothing on the spoiler. But you do have a little teensy-weensy 95 here on the back by the right taillight. You have the gas cap there. Same thing on the side here. Taking a look at the base here, he was made during the 12th week, or the 21st week of 2022 at the A factory. And it looks like they copyrighted this McQueen last year. So that's good. You know, obviously, whenever they come up with something new like this, they have to re-copyright. So this one was copyrighted in... What? There's no year on here? That's weird. That is super weird. Am I just blind? I just see copyright Mattel. It doesn't say like a year in Mattel. That's super odd to me. I bet this one has it though. No, I actually am not sure. No, this one's just... That's weird, man. Huh. What about this? Wow, a lot of them don't even show the year that it was copyrighted in. So that's kind of odd that this one does. Lots of stuff going on the base here. Product code, date stamp, all that, all that. Look at that, a little paint bubblage right under his bumper there. And he does have these notches here, and you guys remember what those are for. Those are for the newly released Mater with hook that just came out this year. So you could tow around this new version of McQueen. So that's really good. I'm glad that they included those so that your Mater that you just bought is still relevant. You could still use them to tow around McQueen. And yeah, they even did that on Otis as well, which is another character in the movies that, of course, Mater towed. So I like that. But yeah, there is your review of McQueen. Now comparing him to the color changer version, you know, not much. Everything's just die cast now instead of plastic. And this is the yellow to red color changer from the Whale Car Wash set. My other one here, the version from the 2-pack, is still in its little halfsy state, blue and purple, even though it's supposed to be blue to red. But yeah, man, this red is gorgeous. Wow, it's absolutely great. And so here's your Thailand Cars 3 McQueen, and the red is a little bit different. It's pure. Now, granted, the decals aren't there to really cloud it, but it is a pure red. It looks great. So again, if they remove that banner, it's a great design. Now, it's still super simplistic, and they could have done better, but I still think it's great. Totally works for the theme of the show. But yeah, these do look good. Like, Thailand does a great job with the finish on the paint. Now, as we've talked about, the clarity of the decals is hit or miss. They did a good job on flipped over, though. So again, yeah, that was a highlight when we were reviewing him yesterday. Yeah, daily videos right now because that case K just absolutely birthed. It was like a... Here, like, it's like a mom giving birth to, like, 8 twins. It's like, here's 8 videos you could do all at once. And I'm like, geez, I really wish I could spread them out. But it is what it is. So now we're going to compare him to his other versions here. You have the Rust-eze McQueen. Now this bolt is kind of similar in the sense that it's just a straight up yellow bolt, and then they just kind of removed this back portion. So in that sense, this McQueen is kind of like a stripped down version of Rust-eze McQueen. Because obviously we don't have any flames, and so that's why it's quite a bit different from Cars 3 McQueen and the World Grand Prix McQueen. You could also argue that it's kind of similar to the Rust-eze Racing Center version, because it's another rather simple design here. And the bolts are pretty standard, no flames. I'm pretty sure that is the first time he's ever had a 95 like in that spot though. Let me just double check everything though. Yeah, that 95 is never really floated around by the taillight. Yeah, he's not similar at all to the fabulous McQueen. I really shouldn't have even included this one, but I feel like people would yell at me if I didn't. People just love this paint job so much that they want it to be, you know, like known as one of the best or one of the most prominent versions of him, even though it was only for one scene and McQueen probably only wore it just for like a special tribute to Doc, you know. And honestly, they probably only included into the movie to have another paint job McQueen to sell. And yeah, we're not hitting on Cars. We're not criticizing them. It's not the only franchise that does stuff like that. Marvel certainly does that with costumes and everything. Yeah, throw in a new costume, you know. Could sell another Legends figure. Hudson Hornet Piston Cup McQueen was pretty unique in the sense that the bolt was like that, and you just had like the ghost bolt in the back. Hudson Hornet Piston Cup McQueen's very underrated. I love the yellow trim on the rims there. It's classic. You know what would have been cool actually is if they made the rims on Road Trip McQueen here a different color, like make them gray or black. I think that'd actually look really good. Black would probably be pretty sweet. I think gray would look the best. Oh, maybe not. I wouldn't like yellow rims, but I feel like black rims would look pretty classy, and you know, again, it would make sense for a road trip. It would make sense for a road trip. Silver maybe too. Silver, gray. And here's your classic Cars 1 McQueen. Still remains my favorite paint job of him. I do like the World Grand Prix version a lot, but I don't know, over time, I've realized that the Cars 1 version just carries so much nostalgia, and it holds up over time. It really is a just iconic design of him. But maybe this On the Road one will also become iconic. I hope so. I hope there's multiple seasons of the show, even if they have to like name it something else. Like Cars on the Road, Season 2, well, Cars International Trip. I don't know, something like that. I think that would be interesting. Do I think? I mean, I don't think they end the entire franchise here. There's something after this. There's something they might be building up toward. I do not think Cars on the Road will be the last we see of any of these characters. I mean, a lot of people are talking like, you know, was Cars 3 the end? You know, when does this franchise end? And I don't think that this is it. I know it's part of the conversation. You gotta have this conversation because there's been 3 movies. Pixar says they aren't doing any more sequels. I don't know. We'll see, guys. Well, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon. Oh, by the way, I might as well show the Caveman McQueen here as well. The mini racer version. Yeah, hopefully we get a 155 scale version of this as well. And so yeah, tomorrow I think we're actually, man, it's a tough call for me. I just got in that Circus 4-pack. So I'll probably review that and then do Speed Demon the next day, just because I think the Circus pack is a little more exciting. Plus we just reviewed the McQueen's in that set as well. And so I could have done them all in like one video, but I wanted to give this McQueen his own video because, I mean, it literally is the brand new paint job for him. So he definitely deserves his own video. And that will allow us to just focus on the Clown, Pity, and Plane in that video. All right, guys, thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys soon for another video. Hope you enjoyed this one of this damn sexy McQueen. Bye now.